We just performed at the Mahaffey Theater with Tom Rhodes and myself on Friday night. One of the fastest rising young comedians in the area. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for Bull Osee? I was almost so embarrassed, I almost wore that exact same shirt as Lou tonight. So I will give you a minute to take a look at me, and then I will inform you, this is my real head. Take your time, ladies. It's alien. It's alien looking, isn't it? I look like I should be holding a flute in the cantina scene from Star Wars. It's pointy on the top, flat on the sides. I have a split that runs up the back of my head. When I was born, the doctors thought I was coming out breech. We've been drinking, so I'll give some of you a minute to figure out the word breech. Doctor kept spinning me around for like a half hour. Eventually he told my mom, we gotta pull this kid out. He is just all butt. A lot of butt on that kid. I step on stage. I saw everybody as they're walking in, and everybody's giving me this evil eye. They're giving me this look, and everybody goes kind of quiet, but I know what it is that I look like. You guys all kind of breathed a sigh of relief when I put my foot on the stage, because you guys all realized once I got up here, there was no way that I was here to repo your car. Right? I know that it's not a packed out house, guys. The weather's been really hot, but the good news is we are here for a show tonight, right? That's right. The bad news is I am the stripper. I know, I started stripping and even Charlie Sheen goes, well, what do you know, it can get worse. We get to do comedy all over the place. We travel all over the place. I got to go on the cruise ship to Cozumel, Mexico. Anybody been there? Yeah. Anybody been there? Went to Cozumel, Mexico, and I did the one thing they tell you not to do in Mexico. What's that one thing? Drink the water. By the time I got back on the ship, the gift shop wasn't the only thing that was duty free. I got to do a little surfing while I was there. Well, fat people surfing, it's called sinking. I was walking down a little strip in Cozumel, Mexico. We're walking down looking at all the stores, and there was this one lady, she had very nice blankets hanging up outside of her store. And I walked up and I'm looking at the blankets and I'm feeling them, and she comes out to me, she goes, aren't those beautiful? And I said, yeah, they are. She says, my family's been making those for 100 years. She said, we shear the sheep ourselves, we dye the wool, we put it on a loom, we make everything ourselves from scratch. 100 years my family's been doing that. I said, that is amazing. She said, the craftsmanship? I said, no, the fact that I had to come all the way to Mexico to find a Mexican who could speak English. I didn't have to dial 2 or nothing. Oh yeah, that's... He said, oh yeah, so that was possibly the worst heckle line I've ever heard. If you're going to heckle me, sir, you cannot agree with me. We do get to travel all over the place. I am originally from Tennessee, a little town called Luttrell, Tennessee. I know nobody here knows where that is. I went to school with a young man named Kenny Chesney, though. You guys know who that is? Yeah, I told Kenny one day, I said, one day somebody from this school is going to make it big and somebody's going to go far. I hear Kenny's doing pretty good too. In the words of James Vernon, I don't know if he's attracting like tens of people like I am. Tens of people, yes. Repeat it to yourself if it makes it funnier. I heard myself saying it wasn't as funny as when you said it, because now I'm laughing at you. What's your name? Sandy. Sandy will be also doing time for James Vernon tonight. If I were you, I would pay extra to see Sandy, because Sandy's making me laugh. I got to travel back home and do some shows in Tennessee, and I was working with James Vernon. He doesn't pull from the punch. He was a comic. If he thought something was funny, he went for it every time. And we were flying through Macon, Georgia to get to the show in time. Flying through Macon, Georgia, 3 o'clock in the morning. Cop pulls us over. Real mad. He says, "What are you boys doing flying through my state so fast for?" I have no idea. James looks at the cop and says, "We just hauling pecans." Cop says, "Pecans, huh?" He says, "I don't see anything in the back of that truck but a bunch of beer cans." James said they used to be beer cans. Now they're pecans. You have to go a long way to pull out an intelligent pea joke, people. We did some shows in Nashville, Tennessee, and afterwards he wanted to go out, and we went to a very nice restaurant in Nashville called La Coupe Rouge. I don't know if anybody take French? Know what that means? It means the redneck. That was even with a southern accent. Something red. We know it means something red. It's redneck. The redneck. And I'm looking at their menu. They had crawdad, frog legs, duck, turtle, snail. They were very excited over their menu. I'm like, I live in Florida now. I can find all that stuff in a ditch. What was that? Did you guys hear that? Oh, Lou's hiding behind that. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I heard a laugh coming from back here. Afterwards, we left the restaurant, and we're sitting in traffic right out front of the restaurant. And we had this beat up. I'm riding with James again. We're same car, and this van pulls up next to us. It's got a big neon sign. Beat up van with a big neon sign on the side that said, "Jesus delivers." James looks over at me and goes, "That's got to be some good pizza." And economical too, because one slice would feed like 5,000 people. I like to watch the news. I'm a big news watcher. I like to watch anything on TV. I do like to watch the news, though. I like the news because you and I, Sandy, we can watch the exact same story on the news and walk away with a completely different idea about the exact same story. I'll give you an example. A few weeks ago, they said there was a drive-by shooting in Miami. Police were looking for 2 armed Cubans. Yeah, like there are already 1-armed Cubans in Miami, right? No, they're 2 miles off the coast of Cuba, swimming in a circle. It takes 2 arms to pump up that inner tube. They're not here. One of my favorite things on TV is the Discovery Channel. I love watching the Discovery Channel. There were 2 shows that I thought were pretty interesting. One, there was a young man on there. He was 19 years old, weighed 996 pounds. Did you guys see this guy? 19 years old, 996 pounds. They asked him, they said, "Why did you wait so long before you decided to lose weight?" His answer was, "I didn't realize I had a weight problem." 900, you know, one of the easy things in life, like scratching your own butt, now involves 6 foot of chain and a grappling hook? You have got a problem. He had the nerve to wear a shirt that said, "I beat anorexia." You sure did. You and Golden Corral tag team beat the crap out of it. There's nothing left. There was another one. There was a special about, it was back home in Tennessee. They said that scientists found shark's teeth at the top of one of the mountains in Tennessee. Did anybody see that one? It's a true story. Clinch Mountain in Tennessee. They found shark's teeth buried deep at the top of the mountain in Tennessee. They said it's at one point the earth was flooded. Very biblical story. They said the earth was flooded. Sharks inhabited that area, and they left their teeth behind. And the scientists were baffled. And I'm like, why? Because you found teeth in Tennessee? They're all over up there. You just got to kick up the dirt to find them. Oh All my family's in Tennessee. There are no teeth in Tennessee. Every time somebody does lose a tooth in Tennessee, the tooth fairy leaves a quarter and a note that says, "See you next week." You guys, I want to thank you guys for coming out and supporting live comedy, and most of all, supporting James Vernon.